Hi, in the series of videos, we're going to focus on IELTS speaking test. The first thing and the most important thing that we should know about IELTS speaking test is how our speaking is going to be rated or scored by the examiner. What are the criteria? There are four main criteria based on which our speaking is going to be scored. The first one is fluency and coherence. Now we're going to focus on each of them one by one. What is fluency? A very simple definition of fluency is smooth and continuous speech with minimal repetition, hesitation, and self-correction. I think it's very easy, yeah? So, continuous smooth speech with minimal hesitation. Sometimes hesitation, some kind of hesitation is very normal when you're speaking. As long as it is normal part of your speech, it's okay. But when there are too many hesitations and long hesitations, which make your speech sound not natural, then you're going to lose score for that. What other question I am going to answer? I have long hesitations and I am not sure about the language that I am going to use. Now, this is about hesitation. It's not just hesitation, but as we said, also repetition. When you are repeating yourself because you don't have new things or you need more time to think about what you're going to say, you're going to lose score for that. The next one is coherence. Coherence is a bit more complicated than fluency, especially for the candidates to trace their own coherence. So what is coherence? Coherence is logical sequencing of ideas, clear development, and use of correct linking words to make logical connection between these ideas. We know that IELTS is a kind of professional exam. So they expect us to speak in a professional way. Then what is a professional style of speaking? In a professional style of speaking, we speak logically. And logical speaking is not only related to the language, but it's related to the ideas. So the connection of ideas, using the correct form of the language and linking words, the correct use of the linking words to put ideas together from the beginning, which is a kind of introduction for the idea that you're discussing, then adding more details and ideas which are relevant to the previous idea and make logical connection between these ideas using the correct linking words and coming to an end or a conclusion for that, making a complete speech of that idea, is a kind of professional speech. Lexical resource is the use of the correct and appropriate vocabulary, but not just that. It's too simple. It should be the use of a range of vocabulary, a wide range of vocabulary, in a way that you have got the ability to talk about different topics, a variety of topics, flexibly. Words are giving us the power to speak about different topics freely and flexibly. As we know, IELTS is a topic-based exam. So we have a variety of topics in IELTS. For example, if you talk about sports, then you should have a set of vocabulary, collocations, idiomatic expressions, and words which are specifically related to that topic, which is sports. Then the use of less common vocabulary, the words which are less frequent in the normal speech of the people, and they are precisely focusing on that topic of speech, gives you the opportunity and the ability to speak more easily and more precisely about that topic. This is what they expect us to do in the IELTS exam. Use of precise, specific, topic-related vocabulary, which gives us the ability to talk about a specific topic more precisely, meticulously, and correctly. Another keyword and feature which we can talk about in lexical resource is rephrasing. It means that when we have enough vocabulary in our memory, especially active vocabulary we're focusing on now, then this gives us the ability to rephrase or to paraphrase the sentences which we get from the examiner. One good way to give ourselves time to think about a question that the examiner is asking us is rephrasing the sentence. And for rephrasing the sentence, we need more vocabulary. So in this way, we're showing the examiner that both we have got enough vocabulary and ability to rephrase his sentences, and at the same time, we are providing ourselves with more time to think about a topic and provide a more professional and accurate answer for the question. Each of these criteria carries 25% of the score for the Ielts. So the first one, fluency and coherence, has got 25% of the score, and the second one, lexical resource, has got another 25% of the score. Now, we're moving to the next one. What is the next criterion based on which the examiner is scoring our speech? Grammatical range and accuracy is the next criterion based on which we are going to be scored. Then, again, we have got a keyword, range. What does it mean? In grammar, it means that we should use a wide range of structures, starting from simple to compound structures and then to complicated structures or complex structures. What does it mean? It doesn't mean that we should have a specific number of simple structures and after that compound and after that complex. No, we should have a variety of these structures in our speech. And the next thing which is really important is accuracy. What is important here is the accuracy of our structures, because we say grammatical range and accuracy. It means that a wide range of structures which are accurate. So we are using the structures that we are 100% sure about them, and we use a variety of them. As I told you, starting from simple structures to compound and then complex structures. Now, the next key point in grammatical range and accuracy, you know that we've got a number of structures, a number of tenses in English language, starting from simple present tense, present continuous, and then go into past simple, past continuous, future simple, future continuous, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and also we've got other tenses, which is a combination of these tenses. Now, when we are talking about tenses, it means that we should provide ourselves with opportunities in our discussion and our speaking to use as many of these tenses as possible. But as I told you, it's really important that we use all of them correctly. The next and the last criterion is pronunciation. What is the meaning of pronunciation? We all think that, okay, pronunciation means that I should pronounce the word correctly. Right, but this is only one aspect of pronunciation. Pronunciation has got some features, and we should consider all of these features in our speaking. For example, one of the main and important features of pronunciation in English is the stress patterns of the words and the stress of the sentences even. We know that by changing the stress of some of the words in English, the meaning will change. And this means that we should be careful about the stress of the words. For example, when we say import, then the meaning is different from when we are saying import, because the second one is a verb, but the first one is a noun. And this is not all. There are so many of them here. For example, 13 is totally different from 30 just because of the stress of the word and one small n sound at the end. There are plenty of these examples in English, and one good way to make our speech understandable and natural is focusing on the correct stress of the words and following the correct stress patterns. And in my speech now, I refer to understandability. A very important and maybe the main and the most important feature of our pronunciation is legibility or understandability of our speech. The first thing that the examiner focuses on is how understandable your speech is. In order to have an understandable speech, then we should follow the correct pronunciation of the words and phrases and sentences. And the next main feature of pronunciation is intonation. We know that in English, the sentences have got a rhythm, specific rhythm. For example, when you are asking a question, yes, no question, the intonation pattern is rising, like, are you hungry? But you're not saying, are you hungry? You say, are you hungry? Then this is rising intonation. But if you use a question word at the beginning of the sentence, then you use a falling intonation. Like, for example, where are you from? We never say, where are you from? Then this is one point only, but in the next videos, we are going to focus on each of these small points and provide more practical examples to improve our pronunciation. To summarize our whole lesson, we can say that we focused on 4 criteria. Fluency and coherence, which is talking about a smooth speech with minimum number of hesitations and let's say self-correction and repetition. And then we focused on lexical resource, which is which is using a wide range of vocabulary, which gives us the possibility and ability to talk about different topics flexibly. And the next one was a range of grammatical structures and accuracy. This means that we are using the variety of structures from simple, simple, compound, and complex structures. And then finally, the pronunciation, which makes our speech more understandable and it should sound as natural as possible. In the next videos, we're going to discuss each of these separately and more meticulously by providing more practical strategies and examples for you to practice. So stay with me and follow my channel, subscribe, and then you will see that I am going to share my expertise and experience of teaching for plenty of years of Ielts with you to make your journey of Ielts speaking easier and more enjoyable for you. Stay with me. Thank you.